We gotta ban him from any more interviews. Too much grilling. Hi, I'm David Myers, and these are the 5 dishes that have changed my life. Well, the first dish that really inspired kind of my cooking and my life was from my very first restaurant, Sona, that was in Los Angeles. And it's the first restaurant we got our Michelin star at, and it holds a very, important place in my heart. At the time when we had launched Sona, it was all about creating new dishes constantly. We never wanted to repeat a dish, and we created this dish of lobster risotto with basically it had an emulsion of white truffle and kaffir lime leaf, and then we finished it off with just a little bit of smoked sea salt. And this dish, people went nuts over it, just absolutely crazy, and we could never take it off the menu. And I was like, we don't do signature dishes, and we've got to take it off. We can't do that. But all of our guests were like, no, we really want to have that again. We want to taste it. And so it became kind of a fixture. And actually, it's a great dish. I love it. So dish number 2 is our Burrata dish, and that dish is really inspired by my life in Los Angeles. We're blessed by incredible product and weather, and the farmers market is kind of like a daily ritual in Los Angeles. So what I like to do on my day off is go to the farmers market, buy some burrata from the cheesemaker, get some great tomatoes when they're in season, amazing olive oil, some bread from the baker that's there, and then go home, and my lunch is just literally that. It's the burrata, it's a little bit of tomatoes, some fresh basil that we pick right off the plant and tear apart, some olive oil, sea salt, and it's a perfect lunch. That, a little bit of rosé, amazing. Dish number 3 is something that it seems it follows me everywhere around the world, and that's on my burger. So I created a burger in Los Angeles at one of our restaurants there that it was written up by the New York Times, and they were talking about it being one of the best burgers in the country. We had a great article on it. Because of that, we launched a cafe in Tokyo called David Myers Cafe, and we created officially the David Myers Burger. And it's so funny to even call it that, but the burger is so simple. It's based on a recipe that my grandmother used to make, and it's a very, very old recipe, super simple, and it's something that I've so enjoyed to make because it shocks people in its simplicity, but yet the flavor, and they're like, it's the greatest burger I've ever had. So we brought it here, we put it on the menu at Bleu Blanc. And we had some writers from Los Angeles who flew over just to have the burger because they haven't had it in forever. So they were so excited by that. I traveled halfway around the world to find my soulmate, a burger. Dish number 4 is my very first dish that I ever made in a professional kitchen. And that was a really exciting moment. It's basically pasta with tomato and basil and chili. That's it. And I remember this dish very clearly because I started my very first professional kitchen job, and it was a dish that my chef made for me. And I had been working all day, hadn't eaten, was so excited to eat, and the dish was amazing. I could not get over how great it was. So I went home, and every night I was making this dish and trying to make it to taste the exact same way as he made it. And the funny part was I could never do it. So I went back and I was finally like, Chef, I cannot make this dish as good as you. What do you do? And he goes, did you add salt? So I realized a very important lesson there. Salt is the key to everything. And so I wanted to put it on as one of our first dishes at Basta because it was very much an important kind of moment in my life as a culinary chef, and it was a defining moment about learning as a young cook, how to cook. Yeah, number 5. What is number 5? That's what I'm trying to think what number 5 is. Oh, right, there we go. So, and our final dish is our steak, grilled steak. And so grilled steak to me is like the ultimate food that I relax with. So when I come home from work, sometimes it's 2 in the morning, I will still fire up a grill, and it's actually a charcoal grill. So I'll light up the charcoal, cook it down, open a bottle of wine, get a nice steak, and grill it out. And in California, we have great weather all the time, so I'll be outside. It's a beautiful night. You can hear the ocean. You got the stars. Grilling a steak, having a little salad and a glass of wine. There's nothing better.